Interesting.
It is fascinating.
13 News Now at 6 starts right now. Thanks for staying with us for 13 News Now at 6. I'm Dana Smith.
And I'm Janet Roach. Tonight, Newport News mayor and police chief are making a heartfelt plea for help in the disappearance of a 16-year-old girl.
Derek Lytle spoke with both city leaders about the search for the missing high school student.
Wooded searches, boats with sonar, the FBI called in still a week later, and there's no sign of 16-year-old Mara Barrickzai. Newport News Police Chief Steve Drew says Barrickzai convinced her school bus driver to drop her at the stop that was not her normal route home. They did.
And instead of getting off at her normal location, she asked the bus driver to take her to another location, and the bus driver did.
Police recovered a Chromebook nearby. Chief Drew says there's footage showing her leave the area, but nothing further than that. Law enforcement tapping into the use of drones, bloodhound searches in wooded areas, walking neighborhoods, door knocking, even speaking with high school students she went to Menchville High School with. Chief Drew responding to multiple community questions if they think an online predator or someone could have lured her away. He does not believe this to be the case. Nothing
points to us about any type of abduction. We got some emails suggesting that. We have technology that would refute that is not what happened.
Newport News Mayor Philip Jones saying a large amount of residents have reached out on the case, asking for help, even community-led searches. He says it's their time to step up to help find the missing girl.
The amount of calls, the amount of texts that we've received, this is a community that it is in mourning, and so we have to answer that call.
I want her to know that we love her, we care about her, we want her back safe, and we're going to open a venue here. If she could reach out to the police department.
Now, anyone with information, if you've seen Mara in the last week, you're encouraged to reach out to the Newport News Police Department so she can come home to her family safely. In Newport News, Derek Lytle, 13 News Now.
We asked the school division about Barrickzai being allowed to get off a school bus in a different location than normal. A spokesperson said buses for after-school activity do not follow a predetermined route. Their drivers are informed by the student where they need to go. All right, let's turn now to a first look at the forecast for tonight and beyond with Chief Meteorologist Tim Pandages.
All right, Tim, a beautiful day today, warm, plenty of sunshine, but I know we have some rain coming, next day or so?
Yeah, we've got some changes coming our way tomorrow. It's going to be one of those days where you wake up, it's nice and warm, but on the way home from work and school, you're going to need the jackets with temperatures in free fall, ending up in the 50s by the time you head back home. Tonight, though, very comfortable. We're in the mid to upper 70s still this hour, and that's good 10, 20, 25 degrees on the milder side from where we were just 24 hours ago. And overnight tonight, it's going to stay very warm up until this cold front gets here. About 24 hours from now, it will bring with it some shower chances, which we've been kind of dry. We could use some rain. So that comes on in here tomorrow night. Ahead of it, though, still a southwest wind, keeping things nice and mild with high pressure parked to our south and east and offshore. Look at our lows tonight. The normal high is 63. So we'll be above that likely in many locations for where we bottom out at tonight with a southwest wind. Very, very comfortable. And tomorrow we'll achieve those high temperatures, which will be similar than today, right around lunchtime or so. After that, our winds will shift, clouds will increase, and temperatures will come back down. Likely by sunset, we'll be in the upper 40s to lower 50s, and rain chances increasing from there. Now, I think the rain is all gone by the time the sun comes up Saturday morning, but the front will leave behind some very chilly air. We'll talk about that and how long that lingers when I see you again in just a few minutes. Ladies?
All right, thanks so much, Tim. Tonight, a man is behind bars accused of killing his girlfriend's dog.
Yeah, Stephen Hunt is charged with felony animal cruelty and larceny. Brianna Fallon has details from James City County Animal Control.
What started as a call for an alleged domestic dispute ended in tragedy for a 3-year-old pit bull.
Gigi was unresponsive and she was lying underneath the mattress in the master bedroom.
Sergeant Tony Kuros with James City County Animal Control says Stephen Hunt is accused of injecting his girlfriend's dog Gigi with a prescription medication following an alleged argument. Authorities say after the injection, Gigi reportedly collapsed and lost the ability to move.
But she was still alive, so the family then picked up the dog along with the assistance of the officer, and they transported the dog to the animal emergency shelter here in James City County.
But due to Gigi's severe injuries, she was ultimately euthanized.
Whenever a person's actions require euthanasia of an animal, that then becomes a felony.
That's why Hunt is charged with felony animal cruelty. Sergeant Quiros says it's important to remember if you see something, say something, no matter how minor you may think the issue is. He says the smallest tip can sometimes uncover the largest investigations.
It's just a simple phone call that gets us there so that the officers start to look into the elements of a crime.
Hunt is held in the Virginia Peninsula Regional Jail without bond. In James City County, Brianna Fallon, 13 News Now.
A Newport News firefighter and a former police officer both faced a judge today in separate felony cases.
The firefighter faces up to 10 counts of child pornography, and the former officer is accused of raping a woman while on the job. Emily Harrison has the latest on both investigations.
Two Newport News City employees appeared in separate courtrooms for separate felony charges. Detectives say Rashim Askew, a former Newport News police officer, allegedly raped a woman while responding to a call for help. According to the criminal complaint, the former officer found an unresponsive, drunk woman on J. Clyde Morse Boulevard. Police say the former officer took her to a nearby hotel without notifying anyone about his whereabouts, deactivated his body-worn camera, and raped her. Video allegedly shows the woman leaving the hotel room minutes later, half-dressed and collapsing in a parking lot. Police say Askew later admitted to having sexual relations with the woman, and the victim told police she had no memory of the incident. And in Virginia Beach, a Newport News firefighter faces 10 counts of child pornography. Court documents say a data storage company with Verizon contacted Virginia Beach law enforcement when a child pornography video was uploaded by an unknown account. Detectives later traced the IP address to Dustin Kaufman, a Newport News firefighter with no previous criminal history. Police say they found more than 100 files of child pornography, including images and videos. The ages of the victims range from 12 years old to 5 years old. Kaufman is currently on administrative leave as the case continues. Emily Harrison, 13 News Now.
And just ahead, warnings tonight after new data reveals the dangers of a largely unregulated plant-based substance found in most vape shops. We'll explain. There are calls tonight for more scrutiny of kratom.
Yeah, kratom comes from tropical evergreen trees in Asia that can be consumed for mood enhancement or pain.
But it's often mixed with unknown substances, and even though it's not regulated, kratom is found in almost all vape shops. A study released today by UVA Health shows just how dangerous kratom can be. It's not like the potential dangers of kratom haven't been a concern for health professionals and politicians for some time.
I repeat, it's illegal.
Just listen to Connecticut's Attorney General announcing that the substance in that state must be taken out of stores.
You can't sell it, you can't buy it, you can't possess it because it's dangerous.
Widely sold in smoke shops, kratom comes from the leaves of a tropical evergreen tree in Southeast Asia. People use it for pain relief and mood enhancement, but often kratom is mixed with unknown substances.
The effects at low dose can be stimulant, but at higher doses actually is a sedative and actually has opioid-like effects. So in other words, it acts like morphine.
UVA health researchers have analyzed kratom-related calls to the nation's poison centers, and they found the calls increased more than 1,200% between 2015 and 2025, with 233 kratom-related deaths during that time. Last year alone, more than 400 calls were made.
Now we're seeing more concentrated ingredients of kratom, or these active ingredients, 7-hydroxymetragynine, pseudoindoxyl, that are being found in products. But people are taking larger doses, and because of those larger doses, we're seeing more complications in those patients and more people coming to the hospital.
Poison experts are calling for more scrutiny and public health education campaigns on just how dangerous kratom can be.
I had a patient who thought he was getting something for pain, took one, and actually was, but the concentration was so high mixed with the other medications he was on, he became comatose and went on life support for a day.
And they come in capsules or powder form, and the study reveals that more men are exposed to kratom, particularly in their 20s and 30s.
Coming up, fire and rescue officials in Suffolk break down a morning rescue operation at a local peanut factory and how their training prepared them for what can be a high-risk situation.
Planters Peanut Factory.
Officials say what started as a medical emergency ended in a technical rescue. Layla Cox spoke with a Suffolk fire official about today's rescue.
Assistant Fire Chief Dimitri Wilson described what happened at Planters Peanut Factory as a complex incident that doesn't happen often. He says, but when it does, it can be a very high-risk situation.
Bring as much manpower and technical expertise as we can to mitigate this type of incident.
Suffolk Fire and Rescue squads responded to Culloden Street for a medical emergency. When first responders arrived, they found a man hurt on the roof of Planters Peanut Factory.
An accident occurred within the penthouse on top of the building, and that's where he suffered his injuries, his very significant injuries.
Officials say the man had traumatic injuries to his upper body. And due to the severity of the injuries and elevation levels above 60 feet, crews shifted to technical rescue operations.
We upgraded to a technical rescue response. We had a ladder company. We had our 2 rescue companies that are part of our technical rescue team, our squad company, engine company 2.
Assistant Fire Chief Wilson was on scene Thursday morning. He tells 13 News Now the decision to call in Nightingale Air Ambulance was critical.
The quicker that we could get them to that trauma center to start that next phase of care, the better.
Critical care nurses and paramedics immediately helped the man. His current condition is unknown. Chief Wilson says he sends thoughts and prayers to the worker and his family. He's also proud of the team effort and swift response from different agencies Thursday morning.
There's a lot of training, commitment, and dedication to the men and women on our, not just the fire department and our technical rescue team, to make sure they are highly prepared for when this type of incident occurs. And when it did today, they performed admirably.
And in Suffolk, I'm Layla Cox, 13 News Now.
New information tonight in a death investigation in Portsmouth. Portsmouth police now say they found an unresponsive woman at an apartment complex in the city. She died on the scene. Jeremiah Beatty has more.
Neighbors are asking questions after Portsmouth police found a body. Their investigation happening at the quarters at Parkview Apartments on London Boulevard, right off Elm Avenue. Now, our 13 News Now team was the first to arrive on scene around 3 this morning. Crews found a heavy police presence growing in the parking lot. Several residents say they heard some commotion coming from outside, but say they did not hear gunfire. Residents tell me this community is typically quiet and for the most part safe, but now they are left with questions. They want to know the person's identity, whether they lived here or if they were someone from outside the property. Portsmouth police have not shared any of those details. Those are all questions we are tracking down from Portsmouth police. As soon as we have those details, we'll bring them to you. In Portsmouth, Jeremiah Beatty, 13 News Now.
All right, back to Chief Meteorologist Tim Panday just now. And Tim, it got warm outside today.
Yeah, what a day out there. Temperatures got into the mid to upper 70s, pushing close to 80. Now, the record high for today was 84. We were a couple degrees off, but got up to 79 out at Norfolk. Mid 70s at Hosky, 77 in Suffolk, 78 Saluda to West Point, and even 73 in Melfa today. It was glorious, and it's still a nice evening. We're still seeing temperatures in the mid to upper 70s currently. Norfolk at 76, 75 at Suffolk, and still sunny across the board. Sun goes down about an hour from now, just around 7:20 this evening. And for your evening hours, we'll have a clear sky out there, and temperatures will come down, but remain very comfortable. I see our lows overnight tonight in the mid 60s, which is even greater than what our normal high is this time of the year, which is 63. But changes are coming. We'll achieve temperatures similar to today, tomorrow, but it won't stick around all day. That's thanks to this front that'll get here around mid-afternoon. Tomorrow, shifting our winds. The rain looks to lag behind a little bit, likely not getting here till around or just after sunset tomorrow, but by that point in time, temperatures will have fallen down into the 50s, if not the 40s. Until then, we're dominated by high pressure off to the south and east, providing a southwest wind that kept temperatures mild today, will keep us warm overnight tonight, and achieve temperatures tomorrow in the upper 70s by around lunchtime before falling off in the afternoon. So a warm start, cool finish to our Friday, setting us up for a chilly yet sunny and dry weekend. So outdoor activities, fine. Just going to need the jackets on Saturday, especially with highs in the upper 40s to around 50. A little milder on Sunday, but we warm right back up into next week. 70s are on the table for Monday, Tuesday. 80s likely, or around 80 for Wednesday, Thursday, and even Friday of next week. Tonight we're at 65. Mainly clear, mild and breezy. Those winds maintaining out of the south and west. Now tomorrow we start those winds southwest, boosting temperatures into the upper 70s. Then they turn out of the north and east, and notice temperatures coming on down into the 50s and eventually 40s. And clouds will be on the increase as well in the afternoon, eventually producing some shower chances from northwest to south and east. I wouldn't even be surprised if there's a rumble of thunder in the mix there tomorrow evening as well. Allergy report for tomorrow, tree pollen remaining high. Some of that rain will help to wash out some of that pollen, but still remaining high. Cedar, birch, and sycamore going to be those main allergens. So starting off tomorrow morning, southwest winds sunny to start. Clouds begin to filter on in from the northwest. Here's our boundary. Winds are already shifting to the northward to the 50s. South side North Carolina pushing 80. That front barrels south, and temperatures really drop. In just a couple hours worth of time, we could be looking at close to a 20-degree temperature drop. 40s in the eastern shore, upper 40s, low 50s through south side by 5 p.m. Showers, maybe a few storms off to the north and west, drifting their way south and east. Here we are at 10 p.m. Friday night plans. Take along the jackets, take along the umbrellas. Rain is likely, an embedded rumble of thunder. Some of that rain could be heavy at times. And it's all out of here, though, by sunrise on Saturday. Temperatures, though, chilly. Sunny skies in upper 30s to low 40s. Some areas may not get out of the 40s by Saturday afternoon. Right now we're shooting for a high around 50, and that's being a little bit more optimistic. Plenty of sunshine, though, and breezy. And then on Sunday, we start to rebound, upper 50s to around 60. Still sunny and enjoyable to be outside. Even warmer, though, by Monday and Tuesday, back up in the low to mid 70s, pushing to 80 by the 1st of April. And looks like 80 for a high, mostly sunny and dry by Thursday. Ladies?
All right. Thanks so much, Tim. When we come back, our athlete of the week is a pitcher in Virginia Beach, showcasing his talent and leadership on the team. When you think of dominant pitchers, size often stands out. But for one Ocean Lake senior, it's his leadership and consistency that sets him apart. Patrick Gray introduces us to our athlete of the week.
At Ocean Lakes High School, senior Luke Ellison isn't just the ace on the mound, but the heartbeat of the team.
We've had bigger guys, more talented guys, draft guys, Division I guys, but no pitcher has done a better job of leading a staff.
A skill he shows through example as well.
He's not walking you, and he is going to speed it up, slow it down, in and out, up and down. Good luck to you.
It's Luke's work ethic that has defined his rise.
There's always people better than you, and you got to work harder at that. I used to struggle a lot with, just like going up there and thinking that I couldn't do things because of like my certain stature.
In a sport where velocity often steals the spotlight, Ellison has had to find different ways to dominate.
Because I don't throw the ball that hard, but the main challenge is me being crafty enough to make that work out.
And dominate he has, starting in last year's state championship, pitching 8 innings, letting up only 1 run, and winning the game.
Was in a big pitcher's duel, and he just refused to be beat.
That drive hasn't just made him better. It's lifted everyone around him.
Seeing other people succeed because of what I tell them makes me feel really good.
And really almost as an unofficial pitching coach on this team.
It's not bad. Let's throw another fastball.
And for his coach, it's that impact that separates him.
Over here, he might be the last guy you pick on the tryout. You walk up there and you just look at him, and you just like, that guy, that's your dog, that's your guy. And he is.
Ellison now has his sights set on being able to replicate the success of last year's team and bring home the state championship once again. Patrick Gray, 13 Sports.
We wish him the best of luck. And before we go tonight, we want to remind you that our coverage continues on 13 News Now Plus.
Yeah, right after this, we're back at 6:30. Have a good night.